Hello, hello. Welcome. Come on in. I'll give you guys a minute. I know I was a few minutes late today, you guys. Busy, busy day. Hey, Leslie. Welcome. I'm giving everybody a few minutes to jump on in here while I'm trying to get my desk together, which is a mess. Hey, Brandon. Good evening to you too. Welcome. How you guys doing today? Hey, Cynthia. How are you guys doing this fine, a fine Wednesday evening because it's Lauren Lake Live Day. Hey, Joan from Jamaica, welcome. Hey, Leslie, thank you. Thank you so much. I need them. I'll be able to see these comments a lot better today with these glasses on. And I'm actually in the house, not at football practice. Hey there. Hey, Angie, Alexander, hi. Yeah, I need these glasses on today. You on your way to work? All right, Leslie, it's late. What time you get off? Hey, Rosalind, welcome to Lauren Lake Live. Thank you for joining me. Come on in the room, y'all. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, how's your Wednesday evening going? Depending on where you are, it could be Wednesday late night, Wednesday early, in the evening, maybe late afternoon or now. Oh, 5 a.m.? Okay, well, have a great day at work. Have a great day at work. Is it Ruslan? Hi. You doing very well. Good, good, good. Well, welcome everybody to Lauren Lake Live. I am going to get started because you guys, today, I don't have long. Hey, Ariel. I don't have very long today. As you can see, I'm actually home. Well, not really home. I'm at our adventure house. As I told you, my son CJ and I were on a bit of an adventure this year. He is playing on 2 different sports teams, and so we spent some time here in Atlanta and also in Florida. And so now we are heading back to Florida for the playoff season there. He already went with Dad already, so he's there. So I'm here just finishing up work, tying up loose ends here with the house, and then I'm gonna be headed there. And then over to LA on Sunday, because on Monday I'm back on Jeff Lewis Live. I'm going to be on with the Chumps, and I'm excited to see Jeff and Shane and everybody. And I'm going to be on just having some fun, laughing, you all, which we need right now. The world can use some laughter, honey. Use some laughter. But anyway, yeah, I am in motion right now, okay? Literally like getting my desk. It's so crazy. Is it just me, or I don't know, how do we accumulate so much? I mean, just it's been more than several months, but since July, it's just like the shoes and the papers and the books and the clothes, and then the little things I'd buy for the kitchen that I just needed, to cook certain things, seasonings, a couple extra of utensils, and then you get ready to go and you're like, oh my God, what am I doing with all this stuff? So that's where I'm at the oh my God stage right now. What am I doing with all this stuff? I'm surprised y'all can even see me. Thank goodness I had this little light thing that I hadn't packed yet, so I could light myself up just a little bit. But yes, Joan, we could use some laughter right now. Boy, the world is heavy. The U.S. is heavy right now. This is how it always is in election season. And yeah, I can be honest with you. I am not a huge fan of this time of year. Every 4 years. It is brutal on an empath spirit. Hey, Blasian, you caught alive. Woo! Hey, Burgundy Eyes. But yeah, it's brutal on an empath spirit. I will say that. Hey, Hallie, AJ, and Flawless, love you back. I have just been trying to take it one step at a time, trying to read the information that will inform me, but kind of stay off of a lot of the toxic stuff because it just is super heavy. Right now, I think we've just hit a point now where, for me, it's an obvious vote. I have to vote for decency. I have to vote for democracy, and I have to, as a woman, vote with my conscience so that I can have autonomy over my body. I have to vote for young women who come after me, who have less rights than what we do. And we must get out and vote. You guys, I cannot tell you, and I know sometimes it gets so toxic, you almost feel like, I just want to remove myself from this. Just let them go at it. They can have it, because there are people that just really love politics. They love the intricacies of it. They love, and look, I'm a lawyer, and I'm speaking to you guys honestly. I mean, we studied all of these things in law school and government and this and that. And hell, you study government in high school and college. But the tone that it has taken for me is just so counterproductive to building our country the way I know that we need to build. And for me, Kamala more closely, right? Even in the way she's operated through her campaign, resembles a nation that I want to be a part of. I want my son to be a part of. The animosity, the hate, the focus on the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer, and this whole thing and no middle class is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. And as a person who has worked with families for so long, I know how important certain government agencies are, resources, and I shudder to think if some of those resources would be cut off or dismantled. I mean, down to the Department of Education. I mean, we all need that. So, I am not telling you how to vote, because that's your vote. It's yours and yours alone. But I would implore you to vote. And if you feel like you don't know which way to go, I would err on the side of decency, which is what my grandmother and my mother would say to me, err on the side of decency, right? But yeah, I'm not gonna start working myself up, because I think the last time I talked about all of this, I think I worked myself to tears, because it really is heavy and hard to watch. I have been struggling with this entire season because I want to educate CJ about it, but it's so embarrassing. I mean, just the entire process now has just become a circus, and it's really hard to educate our children. It's almost like what we're seeing play out, and I don't even call his name, but what we see play out is often the exact behaviors that we teach our children not to do. And so I'm just very concerned. And whether your candidate is, whoever your candidate is, I think as you think about when you go in and cast that vote, think about our children, think about our children's children, and think about the fact that ultimately your vote is your voice. And use your voice whatever way you want to use it. SureScore, if you want to know about her plan, you can look it up. I'm not here to have a political discussion with you. If you want to do that, you can, sign off now. I'm not going through policies. That's not what I'm here to do. What I'm here to do is encourage you all to vote and to be transparent about how I'm voting. So if you have questions to pose, you could maybe show up at a town hall or submit your questions to her campaign or research online. And if it's a policy that you are concerned about, maybe pose that question to her team and maybe they'll get back to you. Yeah, Angie, it does feel like a really bad reality show. It does. And it makes me just feel like we're better than this. And honestly, can't wait for it to be over. So yeah, if you are, in the comments and you are, having questions about what Kamala's plan is versus what I call them dump, because it's the trashiness of it is too much for me. Everything is selling trash. But if you have questions about that, you can pose that to them. It's not really my desire today to go through all of that. So, but anyway, back to our live today. I'm encouraging you to vote. I'm encouraging you to vote with conscience, and I'm encouraging you to vote with consideration. I don't think it's wrong to think about others besides ourselves. And like I said, this is a talk from me being very transparent and not telling you how to vote. But I think when you think about tax cuts and things like that, and there are a lot of those things that might even benefit me, if I'm being very honest. But that I'm more than willing to pay my share to ensure that others don't bear the burden, or where my life isn't made greater to someone else's detriment. And that's just me. So I hope you do what your conscience does to call you to do. And I hope at the end of the day you just vote, right? Which is how I started this conversation, and then ended up being very transparent about what I feel, because this is my live. And so I figured I should do that. So anyway, y'all, I have been swamped today. As you can see, I'm still in athleisure, and I am just trying to figure out how I accumulated so much stuff in this house in just a few months. But it is what it is. And actually, the cleaning and the reorganizing and the getting my bags together, while it is feeling like a never-ending task, I do find a little solace in cleaning and organizing. When I get doing that, I feel like my mind gets off of things. I kind of just center myself. I love to listen to music or even have absolute silence. Like, I can clean in silence. I can organize in silence. I can drive in silence. CJ cracks up at that because he feels like, why are you driving in the car with no music? I love a silent moment. So I have just been in here quiet. Like I said, CJ's already at practice in Florida, so I'm here. And so I'm able to just be silent. I don't have to have conversation. I don't have to make dinner for someone. I'm going to make myself a quick salad and be done with it and keep on about my work. But I am enjoying the silence. And especially in such a noisy world, right, where things are just so noisy. And look, I talk for a living. So I often have people cracking up because I go, I talk for a living and it's noisy for me, right? Like, I sometimes just want to stop talking, and I don't want to hear anybody talking, and I don't feel like talking on no phone. I just want to have some quiet because the world is so noisy. Yes, Serena. Yes, absolutely. You said you just voted today. Great. And you feel that it's so sad. Too many people don't feel good about this election. Yeah, it is sad. It's so heavy for everybody. And you say, I'm glad that you don't want to have a political debate and just here encouraging people to vote. Right. Because that's really what it's all about. I can't go in there and tell and make somebody vote for one candidate or the other. I can be honest about who I'm voting for and why I'm choosing to vote that way. But I can't call anyone else's vote, dictate what that is. But I can say to you and encourage you, you got to use your voice. And that's one thing that really drives me crazy, right? Is if people are complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining about everything about America and everything about this. And then it's just a simple question. Well, did you vote? No, I'm not going to vote. Your vote is your voice. I mean, why withhold a vote, but then complain? I don't understand. I really don't understand that. And And let me tell you something. This was not the first time nor the last time that we are going to be choosing between two imperfect people, two imperfect candidates, two people that don't have all the answers. And I would just say this, Serena, as you added this in, I would bet my bottom dollar, right, that every single presidential election in the United States of America has been the same, where people were voting between two imperfect people, or if there were other candidates in the race. We also know that, there are independent parties as well. But usually at the end of the day, it comes down to the two parties, and that they're two imperfect people with ideals that may not 100% support your conscience, but to withhold your vote completely, I think it's just a sad affair. And if we've become that complacent, even that turned off, right? That it's sad, and I really don't want that. I have had great success in this country. This country has not always been a welcoming place for my people, and yet I always say that I represent the dream of the enslaved, right? I am that. I've been able to live that out and live my dreams and live out the dreams that I had for myself as a child, and even discover new dreams that I never knew that I had. I am now in the process of helping my son, chase his dreams and pursue his dreams. That really is what America is. And I hope that we can all experience that no one of us is more important than the other. And it doesn't matter how wealthy, it doesn't matter what color skin, it doesn't matter what religion you are, it doesn't matter who you love. Like, no one person or one class of people or one race of people or one is more important than anybody else. We all bleed the same, and we all got the same appointment on our books. Okay? We ain't getting out of this alive. And so why not leave a kinder, more inclusive world and nation for our children? That's just me, as a mom, as a lawyer, as a person that's lived a lot of life. Feels like just the hate doesn't get us anywhere. The name calling, and I have felt extremely triggered throughout this election with just so much of the name calling, so much of the this, so much of that. It's just like, Lord God, I feel like I'm in an episode of Paternity Court, y'all. I need a robe and a gavel. But anyway, I digress. So back to me in this mess here. We didn't talk about that mess. Back to me in this mess here. I have really, because of all of this, I have found solace in kind of cleaning this up and just getting this together and moving on to this next journey that I have shout out to all the football mamas. Lord have mercy. When this season is over, and I love it so much. CJ had a game in North Carolina this weekend. We had a good time. If you saw the pictures on my story, we went there. Some of his family on his dad's side came to the game. It was great to see them. It was an exciting, thrilling game, and that's lovely. Like, you love it. I mean, I love being a mom. I love being a football mom. I love being able to be there for my son, but it's tiring nonetheless, right? And now that we've gotten into all these teams, and those of you who are soccer parents, tennis parents, golf parents, baseball parents, all of us know football, they're starting to play in different states. Gone are the days when you just play down the street at the rec center, honey. This stuff is sophisticated, okay? And they flying and driving and this. So a mama is in November now, coming up in a couple days, and a mama is tired, all right? So anywho, I'm gonna be cleaning this up, and hey, Leah, the work outfit is cute. Oh, thank you. Yeah, honey, I wish I had worked out. I put it on this morning, said I was gonna go for a walk when I took a break, and ain't took a break yet, because let me tell you, that's another mama thing. As soon as I had scheduled to take a break, CJ needed to submit some tape of him, some film of him for some all-star thing that he's interested in submitting himself for. And lo and behold, who we call mama. So when I was supposed to be out doing that, I'm looking through film, I'm trying to find him golf and lacrosse videos and things for him to put into his edit. And I have to support my little man because he always supports me. So I said, let me drop everything and do that. And then I said, let me get back to work. But I told myself, before I lay my head down tonight, I am going to do some jumping jacks in here. I'm going to do some push-ups. I'm going to do some dips. And my jump rope is over here. I left it out, my jump rope. And yes, I'm a jump rope in the house. Now, I know. Now, usually as moms, we would say no throwing ball in the house, no doing this in the house, no going outside. Well, it's dark now. So I'm here by myself, and I know how to do it without breaking nothing. So I am going to jump rope in this here house. Hey, Chandra, you said it's very tiring. I had 2 that played with traveling teams, but each was given full scholarships, so your hard work is well worth it. Amen. 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 Chandra, that's it, right? Honey, get you a scholarship. And nowadays they get an NIL and everything else. So I want him to, of course, go to the college of his choice. I'm grateful and I'm very happy that CJ can get an academic scholarship or an athletic scholarship, but he truly loves athletics and the way it regulates his life and his mind and really helps him be productive. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So we were on the road to North Carolina, back in one day, early in the morning, to come back to do another game. It has been a lot. So we're playing in Florida then I fly to LA to do Jeff Lewis, then he's back in Florida. And then we've got like about 4 different areas in Florida that he plays, maybe something back here in Georgia. Thanksgiving week, I think we're in another state, but it ain't no joke. So I'm just preparing myself. So yes, I'll be in this house. Serena, he's 14. He's 14. Yes, he's 14. So, but anyway. Hey y'all, I'm back. I don't know what's happening here. It's giving me a reconnect. I don't know what's going on. But Stephanie, yes, I did work out early in the morning yesterday. I was up and out. I've been up and out in the dark. Just today I was not because I had something else I needed to do this morning. So I did that. And they also came to pick my truck up to ship it back to Los Angeles. And so I didn't have a car. I was going to Uber, but then I was like, oh, I don't want to get in an Uber because I got to get in a car tomorrow. I'm to go to the airport. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take a long, beautiful walk because I really love walking this hilly area. But anywho, back to what I was saying. I'm here shooting a little bit of Paternity Matters. Can you tell I'm tired, y'all? But this is actually where Paternity Court shot. You guys know that, seasons 2 through season 7, all here in Atlanta. So it is kind of like a coming home of sorts. But I was here to shoot some pre-production things for Paternity Matters season 2. And I actually, which was so crazy, yesterday when I was in the middle of doing 150 things, I start getting like a bunch of negative comments and responses, on a comment that I had left under a story that was about a young man filing a petition to request a new paternity test. There's a story where there's a young woman who is on a lot of the reality shows, and I don't watch the show. Her name is Krishan. She has a young baby, and I guess during that reality show, they did a paternity test, and it was determined that a young man was the father, and this young man is now unfortunately incarcerated. Well, there is another young man who is her ex that says he really believes he's the child's father, and there was just like a whole lot of hoopla online. And I remember this story coming out a while ago, and when they posted about this again, I just made the comment, oh Lord, let me call DNA diagnostics, and I wrote, shook my head, because my intention behind that comment was, I'm just very disappointed that whatever this situation is, why is it not resolved? Like, what is it? If he truly thinks he's potentially the child's father, but there has been a legal paternity test done already, then if he has a lawyer or an attorney, somebody send in the results so he can understand. But if he wants to have this other paternity test and the mom's not interested in having it, his only route then is to petition the court, which it seems like is what he's doing from the research that my assistant did on this. But it was funny because so many people, and look, I don't watch the show, so I didn't know she's got an incredible army of friends. Oh, and they were going in and was very upset with me for saying that I was going to call DNA diagnostics. And of course, they obviously don't watch me, because if you watch me, you know that when I say I'm ready to call, or when I call for Jerome, or when I call, that means I'm done with something. And I think that it's time for it to be done, which is what I think about this situation. And it is my true hope and prayer that whatever needs to happen happens, because I think the baby is still very young now, but no child deserves to grow up in this level of public toxicity, with one person declaring they think they're the father, and all of this going on. I believe, it is really my belief, that no matter what the outcome is, what the results are, at the end of the day, the child deserves peace, and the child deserves whatever the truth is. And if that's already been achieved through a legal DNA test, so be it. That test will likely be honored in any state, unless the person who's petitioning for another test can show why they don't feel like that test was conducted in a trustworthy way, or maybe there was chain of custody issues. So, it was interesting to me when all of the negative energy came out, because I'm really not a person that gets caught in the fray. And it really doesn't bother me, the little internet sharp talking, stuff, that doesn't really bother me. I'm not a person that's easily bullied. So, but the point of it is I find that sometimes we are so ready to take a side, right? And this happens a lot with the law. We are so ready to take a side in a situation because we want to show unwavering support. We miss how we can be empowered through real information. And I had to put a post up because I thought to myself, this is exactly why I created Paternity Matters, right? Is because when court is adjourned, the conversation has to continue so that we know and understand what the laws are, what the process is, and what the outcome of it is, right? So I had to kind of explain that even though he may request to the court to have another test done, there's no guarantee that he's going to get the test done. That's going to be up to the judge, up to the court. If they get a laboratory report that they determine is a sound legal report, they're just going to probably say this is the result. People don't want to entertain these things. But I think it's also good information that if maybe you are in a situation where maybe there is no other legal test done, maybe someone just says to you, well, we got a test done and this person's the father. This is a completely different situation I'm talking about. And you are a father. A lot of men don't know that they have a right to petition the court and ask for a paternity test. A lot of men don't know that. And I remember that countless times on paternity court when men would come to court, they would say how at first they didn't know that if they wanted to know if a child was their child, that they also had the right to petition the court. They thought only women had that right to petition the court to have someone get a test, a man have a test and be put on child support. And I would always say, no, a man also has that right. Now, how it's going to turn out, we don't know. But a man does have that right. And I try to make these taboo situations teachable. And like I said, I really don't get caught up in the fray, and I don't watch a lot of the drama. I just caught that when I was on. I was like, oh, what's everybody so mad about? And then I was like, oh my God, of course. And we're so polar in thought now that we're not truly understanding what's really going on. And ultimately, it's the best interest of the child. And so it was interesting to me because a light bulb went off like, this is exactly why I do this. This is exactly why Paternity Matters is necessary. It's so interesting because having a baby, right, is one of the most natural, it's something that we're created to do, procreate, right? But at the end of the day, it's fascinating to me how we still don't fully understand the workings of parenting and co-parenting, how the law intersects with those things, how you can empower yourself with the law, and understanding what those things are can save you a lot of headache, and also help you resolve and put out fires before they just burn your sanity down, right? And so that was what my comment was about when I was like, let me call DNA Diagnostics, because honey, if they were working with me on my show, we would have gotten it done. And I hear that that's exactly what's happened, that on her previous show, they've had a test and it's done, but for some reason, the young man still wants to petition. And then I think he reposts my comment, and then another entertainment site reposts me. It was a lot going on yesterday. And y'all, I was knee deep in trying to pack up this house. I was like, oh my God. So I had to tell Ariel, just read it. And if it, I'm going to tell you and let you know what I want people to know, because I'm not really here for the gossip, but I do tell people the truth. And most importantly, I want people to be empowered by the truth. And so that we can try to begin to resolve things in the living room instead of the courtroom. And I'm happy if any of them ever want to come and sit on Paternity Matters. We have an open door, right? We can help you look through this situation and resolve it, because at the end of the day, if there is a legal paternity test already taken and the answer's there and it's 99.9 and it's there, then why is everybody wasting their time, and why are we creating a toxic environment for an innocent child who doesn't deserve it? It's not fair to them. All right, y'all. So we had that going on yesterday, and it reminded me, I was like, okay, you know what? I need to teach more of these things on Paternity Matters. It made me realize that, in addition to helping people find their fathers, resolving questions of paternity that people bring to me, recognizing great fathers, helping people reconcile really difficult, relationships with their father, I also need to be better about empowering people. I just want to make sure I'm giving people nuggets so that they truly understand. I think on the court show, I did that, but with Paternity Matters, I want to make sure I'm doing more of that as well. If you or anyone has a question of paternity and you need help, you can feel free to text us at 818-850-6568. That's 818-850-6568, and that's our text number for Paternity Matters. We are currently interviewing families for season 2, and there's a lot of y'all, so give us some time. We're getting through. We're trying to call people, and if we don't call you, we may talk to you about another segment where if we're not able to help you resolve due to whatever the situation is, sometimes all the parties just won't come to the table. But there may be another segment where we can begin to help you. But yes, Serena, that number I just gave is the number. So we did that, and I got myself worked up. I was like, okay, I'm writing down little things in my notes. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about more about the laws concerning child support, and understand that the laws are different state to state. So I can only speak generally. I can't give you guys legal advice about these things. I can only give you just angles about, how to try to let the law work for you. So that's that. The other good news I have before I go is this week, probably later on today, I'm sure Ariel will tell me, this week today we are dropping the next episode of Rebirth. So right here on youtube.com/Judge Lauren Lake TV, where you are now, please, please, please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Make sure you know when the next episodes drop. I would love, love, love to have you see this next episode and join us on this journey. Myself and Aaliyah Taylor, my dear friend, and she's one of the executive producers on Paternity Matters, we are going on a journey of rebirth after both experiencing so much trauma through death and divorce and loss and grief. And we're doing a different exercise every single month. We hope you'll follow along with us. It's exciting. Oh, and also, if you'd like to keep up with paternity news, you can always follow us at Paternity Matters TV on Instagram and on TikTok. We talk paternity all day, every day. But yes, so Rebirth is a very exciting series because it's something that I truly needed to do. And I am excited that you guys can do it along with me. So tune into this next episode. I'm excited for it. I am joined by another dear friend, which is one of the other executive producers on Paternity Matters, Sabrina Thompson. And we do something exciting. And I think it's going to be fun for you to hear about that experience. And out of rebirth, right? The LL 55 challenge was born. As I'm rebirthing myself and preparing myself for this new year, I got the idea that why wait until 2025 to say, and this year I'm gonna get in shape. How about starting to reevaluate how we take care of ourselves as we rebirth ourselves? Think about that. So I challenged myself in honor of my mother who passed away from breast cancer in 2006. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. In honor of her, in honor of my new baby, Mila, my nephew's baby. I have a great niece, you guys. I'm just so excited to be something great, something grand, that I've lived this long to experience this. Is such a blessing. But in honor of her and her life, and I want to see her grow. I want to see CJ's children. I want to see my grandchildren. I want to make sure I'm taking care of myself better, because I can easily end up being last on my list. I will tell you, I'm guilty of that. But the LL 55 challenge has been amazing. If you guys are in it, please leave in the comments which workout you're on. I am on workout number 14. Today my jump rope was supposed to be 15. I ain't got there yet, but I'm gonna get there. Before my eyes shut tonight, I'm gonna get workout 15 in. And home workouts, okay, you guys, they're okay. We talked about it. A great walk, floor exercises at home. Get your mat and just do something. Old school calisthenics. Get out and play some tennis. Get out and play some golf. Walk the golf course. Be active, okay? We are not like, we ain't in no real, stressed out thing where we're like, you gotta be climbing mountains every day. But we're just trying to move, and we're just trying to be, we're trying to be present and intentional about our health, and we just want to do it together as a community. Chandra says, my Apple Watch, you're at 25. That's only because I taught 2 boot camp classes today. Ooh, I love it. Great job, Chandra. Stephanie, you've been doing Zumba? Wonderful. I love Zumba. I saw a class at Zumba at the gym the other day. I was like, I want to take that class. Stephanie, I'm going to try to find me a little Zumba class. I enjoy Zumba. I enjoy dance as exercise. Good job. Let's keep it up. Anybody else? Angie, you're on number 7. Angie, that's amazing, because you said before you hadn't done nothing, and look at you now on number 7. Yay, I love it. Stephanie, it's so fun. Yeah, it is so fun. It is so fun. So yes, also Ariel said tag at Lauren Lake Limitless on Instagram. If you are a part of the challenge, tag me, and then we can repost some of you guys' great workouts, okay? Yay! I'm so excited. You guys, I'm so happy. LL 55 challenge, yay! Okay, there was a bug in here. I just had to, okay, now I'm not gonna be able to sleep because there's a fly in here. Am I the only person that if a fly gets in the house can't go to bed until it's gone? Oh, I'm gonna be up all night. I'm gonna have plenty of time to work out. Anywho, somebody said, I'm not on IG. Is there any other way? Oh, to be on the LL 55 challenge, just meet here every Wednesday. Meet here every Wednesday. Every single Wednesday, meet here at 7 p.m. and we check in. If you're not on Instagram, I'm also on TikTok. You can do at Judge Lauren Lake TV. We post stuff about it there. And we're always here. This is our hub, okay? And so we'll meet here. All right, guys, I think, I know. Okay, when I tell y'all now, right now, stop everything. Okay, I got to find the fly swatter. Ain't no way in the world I can close my eyes tonight until it is gone, okay? All right, y'all, let me get out of here. I'm so glad you guys are doing well on the challenge. Stay tuned. Remember, tag me at Lauren Lake Limitless. That's the page for the Limitless League. Join over there too if you want to be a part of the Limitless League, and make sure to join the mailing list at laurenlake.com. laurenlake.com is our mailing list, and you will be have your email address added to our mailing list for the Limitless Ledger that's going to be coming out soon. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all coming out and hanging out with me. I'll be back next Wednesday. Oh my gosh, next Wednesday. When we come back, the election will be over. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. I'll see you all next Wednesday. I'll be on Jeff Lewis Live on Monday. Don't forget. And you can be talking to me. I'll be on stories. Send me DMs. Talk to me. I'll try to make sure I'm catching up with you. All right. Love y'all. Love y'all. Remember, one life to live, and this ain't no dress rehearsal. Take center stage in your life and shine. Right? You are worth it. You are limitless. All right. See y'all soon. Love you.